Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another English lesson. Thank you for joining me today. Today's lesson is going to be about also, as well, and to. This lesson was requested by one of my very good students, Aliawan. So thank you so much for requesting this lesson. And before we get into the lesson, if you haven't yet, please hit that red subscribe button so you'll be notified when I go live and when I post new lessons. We do lots of quizzes and tests and things like that to brush up your English. So if that's something you're interested in, please don't forget to hit subscribe before you leave. Okay, let's get into today's lesson. All right, so I have it on my computer, so hopefully you can see this also. Let me bring it up. Okay, so here we are. We have also, as well, or to. So all of these are used when we want to give some additional information. We want to say something more, right? We want to add something to our sentence. Okay, but when do we use each of these? Are they exactly the same? Are they a little bit different? Let's find out. Okay, so first we're going to focus on also. Okay, also, here we are. So we use also in both writing and speaking. Okay, maybe some people say we use it more in speaking than in writing, or vice versa. I think it really depends on the person. So you can use it in either, I think. We can use also at the beginning of a sentence for emphasis. Okay, we use it at the beginning for emphasis. This is kind of an important one to remember, okay? So here's an example. We need to buy dinner. Also, we don't have any food at home. Okay, so if you're talking with your maybe a family member or your friend, oh, we need to buy dinner. We don't have anything to eat today. Also, we don't have any food at home. We have nothing left at home. So we definitely need to go shopping, not just for dinner, but maybe for the week. Okay, very good. So the next one, we can use also in the mid position for adverbs between the subject and the main verb. Okay, let's take a look at an example of this one because I know with all of those words, it can get a little confusing, but really look at what it says. We use also in the mid position for adverbs. So between the subject and the main verb. So also is going to come before the main verb. Let's take a look at this example. He plays football, but he also plays hockey on the weekends. Okay, so if you can see here, let me get my cursor. So if you can see here, he also plays. So here we have the subject, and then we have the main verb, plays. He also plays. Okay, does that make sense? Very good. Oops, okay. Next one. Okay, we're still looking at also. We use also after the modal verb or first auxiliary verb, or after be as a main verb. Okay, are you following me so far? We use also after the modal verb or first auxiliary verb, or after be as a main verb. Okay, so here is an example. I've been studying English this week, and I've also been practicing the violin. I've also been practicing, okay? So far, so good? Excellent. I hope you guys can make some example sentences. So write some example sentences in the comments if you can. All right? And looking at also one more time, we use also in the end position to connect two phrases. Now, this is not common in speech. You'll see this more in writing. Some people might say it in conversation, but it is not that common, okay? So here's the example. He didn't seem that excited. He looked tired also. Okay, so maybe if I was saying this in conversation, I probably wouldn't use also. I would probably use too. He looked tired too. Okay, but it is possible to use also. Okay, let's take a look at the next slide. Here we're going to look at as well. So as well is more common in speaking than in writing. Okay, and as well commonly comes in the end position, the end. Okay, remember that. That is also a very important part. Okay, I heard that he's coming to the party. Yes, I heard that as well. Okay, so it comes up in speaking, right? So your friend says, I heard he's coming to the party. You could say, yes, I heard that as well. Okay, I heard that too. I heard that also. Maybe I wouldn't use also. I heard that as well. Okay? Very good. Are you following so far? I hope it's not too difficult. It is a lot of information to take in. Let's look at the next one. So as well is pretty simple, right? We just have one slide. Next, we're going to look at to. Okay? To is very common in speech, like I said before. I often use to when I'm talking with my friends. Okay? And to is usually found in the end position. Okay? So here's the example I gave. I'm starving. You look pretty hungry too. Okay? So if you don't know what starving means, starving is used to kind of exaggerate how hungry you are. You are super hungry. All right? I'm starving means I'm very, very, very hungry. And then you look pretty hungry too. So you look pretty hungry as well. Okay? Let's look at the next slide. To can come after the subject when referring directly to the subject. So I would say this is not that common in everyday conversation. I think it's more, you would more find it in writing, in my opinion. I don't usually use it this way in conversation, but to can come after the subject when it refers directly to the subject. It does not normally come after a modal or auxiliary verb. Okay? So here's the example. She too thought the man was strange. So she also thought the man was strange. Okay? She too thought the man was strange. You can also put commas here. So maybe if you have your subject, comma, to, comma. Sometimes we use commas with to, okay? So just remember, this one is not that common in conversation, especially daily conversation, okay? To is common in responses to fixed expressions and in responses with a single object pronoun. This is very important to remember, because this is going to make your English sound really smooth and very natural, okay? So when you have fixed expressions, for example, have a great day. Here's my example, have a great day. That is kind of a fixed expression. People usually say that all the time. Have a great day, have a great night. The common response is you too. You too, okay? Have a great day. You too. All right. We wouldn't really say you also, you as well. To is preferred for these kinds of responses. Okay. And here's another example for the single object pronoun. I'm exhausted. Yeah, me too. So we often say me too, not me also, me as well. Okay, me too, me too. That is the most common response. I really want some ice cream. Me too. Very simple response, okay? So this one I would remember for to, all right? This is going to make your English sound very, very smooth. Okay. So this is going to be your homework, all right? So your homework is to write an example for also, as well, and to, and write them in the comments, okay? I would love, love, love to see them, all right? So please, if you can, write them in the comments, and then I will go and comment back to you, or I'll like it and make sure that you know that I read your homework. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Again, if you have any lesson suggestions, I would love to hear them. You can always leave suggestions in the comments, okay? So thank you everyone so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in our next lesson. Bye, everyone.